Let's set the stage. It's 2003, and garage rock is roaring back. The White Stripes are on fire, the Strokes own cool, and every kid with a distorted guitar thinks they're the next big thing. But in a freezing Akron, Ohio basement, far from any hype, Dan Auerbach and Patrick Carney don't give a damn about trends. They're two friends, one battered guitar, one duct tape drum kit, and a borrowed Tascam cassette deck. 14 straight hours, one pizza break, 0 overdubs. What they walk out with is a snarling, sweaty, blues punk monster that sounds like Junior Kimbrough and the Stooges got into a bar fight and nobody lost. So get ready, because this is Thickfreakness. Welcome to Album Archives, the vault of music history, where we unpack the top 300 albums of all time as voted on by fans of the Music Rewind podcast. I'm your host, Steve Epley, and today we're doing another honorable mention, giving an album the spotlight it's been demanding for years, Thickfreakness by the Black Keys. It didn't sneak up into the top 300, but every time we post a list, the comments explode. Where's Thickfreakness? So here we are. This is lo-fi blues punk played like the rent is due tomorrow. A basement-born monster that helped drag the blues kicking and screaming into the 21st century. Raw, loud, dripping with sweat and tape hiss. This record doesn't just play, it punches. The creation story is almost too simple to believe, and that's why it's perfect. No studio, no producer, no budget. Just Dan and Pat in Pat's basement on a January day so cold the drum heads wouldn't tune. They set up in a corner next to the water heater, ran a few mics into a Tascam 388 8-track that Pat bought off eBay for $400. They hit record around noon. By 2 a.m. they had 11 tracks in the can, most of them first or second takes. Dan played guitar and sang live into a cheap microphone. Pat beat the hell out of a 1960s Slingerland drum kit with the heads literally falling off. They mixed it the next day on the same machine, bounced it to a Maxell cassette, and the cassette became the master. No fixes, no click track, no safety net, just two guys, a ton of coffee, and a shared obsession with making the blues feel dangerous again. So what makes Thickfreakness an honorable mention on our list? It's the unholy trinity of early Black Keys magic, primal blues instinct, zero-budget production, and a two-man chemistry that feels telepathic. It opens with the title track, a sludgy, menacing declaration that this isn't your dad's blues revival. Then you have Hard Row, which struts in like Howlin' Wolf fronting the Stooges. Set You Free is a raw, snarling 2.5-minute blast of distorted slide guitar and Dan Auerbach's Possessed Howl, a back alley revelation that gave a whole generation their first unfiltered shot of real blues venom. Midnight in Her Eyes is a slow blues burn, and Have Love Will Travel takes Richard Berry's garage nugget and drowns it down in swamp water. Have love. And the closer, I Cry Alone, is just Dan and his guitar, a slow drum beat, and a little bit of tape hiss. Heartbreak so naked it almost hurts to witness. My girl, had a hold on me. This album is just 11 tracks, 40 minutes, and not a single second wasted. Let's zoom out on 2003. The Black Keys are nobodies from a city famous for rubber, not riffs. They're on Fat Possum, the legendary Mississippi label still pressing 78s of guys like T-Model Ford, and somehow convincing the world that two white kids from Ohio belong in that bloodline. Critics called it authentic. They missed the point. This wasn't revival. This was reinvention, taking the hypnotic drone of the Hill County Masters and slamming it into the garage rock zeitgeist at 100 miles per hour. No major label, no radio polish, just instinct and attitude. 2 albums later, they'd be arena headliners. But everything that made them giants, the riffs, the swing, the drums and guitar, they breathe like one organism. It's right here in the nastiest, purest form. Why does Thickfreakness endure? First, the brutality. 13 tracks, 40 minutes, no bass player, no mercy. Second, that sound. Guitars like rusted switchblades and drums like someone's kicking a dumpster down the stairs. Third, its vibe. It's an album that feels like 2 a.m. in a shuttered factory, all sweat, sparks, and maybe some Delta Blues voodoo. And then there's the cover. What appears to be a shot of a battered tin of pomade with a couple of fingers scooping out a thick dollop of white grease. Best I can say is it's the perfect slick warning. This stuff will stick forever. Thickfreakness is the record you play when you want the walls to shake and the ghosts to dance. It's a basement tape that accidentally set the world on fire. For me, Thickfreakness is pure salvation in distortion. That filthy, beautiful fuzz, the drums that hit like a heart restarting, every cracked note and basement echo. It's proof that music doesn't need polish to reach straight into your chest and yank you back to life. Sometimes the only thing that saves you is something raw enough to feel human and loud enough to make the whole world shut up for a perfect 40 minutes. If you've never heard Thickfreakness, or if it's been a minute, go do it now. Play it loud enough for the neighbors to learn something. For newcomers, this is the Black Keys before the Grammys, before the platinum plaques, just 2 guys in a basement proving you don't need permission to make history. For longtime fans, it's a reminder of how ferocious they were when no one was watching. That's it for this honorable mention edition of Album Archives, the Vault of Music History. If you enjoyed the episode, please tell a friend and leave a review wherever you listen. Next time we're back inside the official Top 300. You can check out the list at musicrewindpodcast.com/albumarchives to see where we're at and where we're headed. Until then, I'm Steve Epley, and as I always say, listen to the full album. Until next time.
A podcast from the Sidereal Media Group. Back to you, anchors.